Beautiful day, Patriots. How are you? Is it easy to be duped? All of us are always being duped. Every single one of us have been duped, either accidentally or on purpose. And this is an example of, just following along blindly. I followed Q. I was very intrigued and interested when it first came out, and I dove into it and I studied and studied. I didn't follow other people, and then I had an opinion of Q, and the Q movement didn't like my opinion, okay? Which even made me discover more things and realize that we are being duped, but we use our experiences to help others. Yes. So if Q was a movement to help America's freedom, correct? And we know that the Muslim Brotherhood has infiltrated America not only in our populace, but in our government. The Muslim Brotherhood is in full force with cahoots of other countries, but are involved in our political government. They hold the highest seats in the land. They are brother Muslim hoods that are hold, and I can name a couple states and I can name a couple senators and congressmen. Or women, excuse me. I don't know. I haven't looked up their dress to know for sure what to call them. Now, we've all been duped. All of us. And we know that the Q movement is biblical. Okay? Now, if I was planning something out in the long run, I would try to use a letter or a signal or a flag or a symbol to let everybody know what it is. And the Q movement is Q. I mean, Q. This is Q. Says everything, right? And if this was pre planned for such a long time, you would think somebody would have stumbled across at some point in time some of the things in the dictionary if we just look up the letter Q. Now, as I say, we've all been duped. I forgot to just start off at the basic. When Q first came out, when I first found Q when it first came out, I hurried up and finished reading it was the last like 90 pages of the Old Testament. I had already read the New Testament in my life, and I was just then finishing up the Old Testament and was excited about finishing up reading the whole Bible. And Q came out, and I knew that this was going to be a big distraction, and I kind of put it off for a second and finished and read the last 90 pages of the Old Testament, so I knew that I could have that completed. And then I accidentally just started following Q and was intrigued with it. And like I say, I forgot to just do something real basic, like let's just go look at the dictionary and see what Q means. Again, I say that, America is fighting, and what Q is exposing, supposedly, and all this stuff is a Muslim brotherhood that's involved within our government, correct? And if we go up into the dictionary and look at the word Q, the first part right here is just explaining the letter of the shape, the 17th letter in the alphabet, and just trying to explain shape of it the best it can, okay? And then we come down here, the different, things. Of course, queen, we were just talking about the king, Elon Musk and the king. And Q, this is the queen. We saw the ace and the Q poker cards, right, representing Q. Quetzalcoatl. And now, if we go down a little further, it talks about Q, a second source factor used in biblical criticism to designate material belonging to a hypothetical written source used in addition to Mark and perhaps other sources in writing the Gospels of Matthew and Luke. And we have seen in the Q movement, the book Q, talking about, I didn't read the book. And people say that it's lost writings from the Bible. And I don't know anything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that here it discusses and talks about that book. But here it says it's a hypothetical writing. Hypothetical writing. Now, if we go down further, you can see these check marks. There's 13 check marks. That's the 13 next words that are in the dictionary. The first actual words in the dictionary, Kabbalah. That's how you say that word. Quadrate. Fate, destiny, divine preordination, plus E. Who's E? What is Q and E? Are you guys in the Q movement? Do E, Q plus E? A member of an early Muslim philosophical school asserting the doctrine of free will in opposition to the Jabarites. I do not know who the Jabarites. This is new information for me, sharing it as we go. The next one, Qadi, a Muslim judge who interprets and administers the religious laws of Islam. Really? Cad, Kaimakim, Kantar, Karakalakop. The next one that's got actual words describing it. A 9th century Iraqi peasant who founded the sect, plus E, a Muslim Shiite sect founded in the 9th century, less than 10, and flourishing in the Middle Ages as a communistic sect society that in time expanded to a small independent state on the Persian Gulf from which its members raided neighboring lands. Qashqai, a migratory Turkish-speaking people, member of the Quasi people. Qazidai, it's a satiric poem of Arabic and Persian, Oriental literatures. A poem, kind of like Q's got poems in them, doesn't it? Qat, cat. And then the next one that's got words, an Arabin, an Arabot, Southern Arabia, a native of inhabitant of ancient South Arabian kingdom of Qataban, the Siberian language of the Quahapatades. And then we're going to finish it off with Quazak. And then the abbreviation of QB is the Queen's Bench, quarterback or Queen's Bench. We were talking about the Kings with Elon, but these are just now. If we go down to the next one. Now, I mean, if you were like an American trying to line up Freedom for America to help do the Bible and the Constitution, would you use the letter that has all about Muslim Brotherhood in it? The first word in here, Q-boat, an armed ship disguised as a merchant or a fishing ship and used to decoy enemy submarines into gun range, called also mystery ship. The Queen's Council. We were just talking about the King's Council, weren't we? King's Servant. Sorry. Anyways, I believe that I personally might have picked a different letter trying to help America and Jesus and freedom and the Constitution.